Hi YouTube, how are you today? I'm doing great today. I'm actually excited because I just finished a video of Blue Apron unpacking for next week's meals. But today I'm actually cooking pork chops and preserved lemon yogurt with sauteed vegetables, and it looks like this. This has 390 calories, 18 grams of carbs, and 47 grams of protein. I will list more detailed information about the dish in the description. So in the Blue Apron box comes a bag called knickknacks, and at the bottom here is what I know which bag to grab to cook what I'm making tonight. So in the knickknacks bag to make today's dinner, it comes with the sliced almonds already sliced and crushed, the lemon puree, the spice blend. Ooh, this is exciting. The vinegar, the non-fat Greek yogurt, and at the bottom is going to tell me if I need any other ingredients that are not in the bag. So that includes the pork chops. This is what the pork chops look like. Okay, I have the pork chops here. Okay, I'm going to need scallions, sweet pepper, so this is what the scallions look like, the peppers, and they always include what you're the amount you need already, so there's no pre-measuring or anything like that. So I'm missing the radishes and the sugar snap peas. Okay, radishes right here and sugar snap peas right here. And everything else we already have. So first step first is wash your hands and wash the produce and pat dry. Okay, hands washed and produce washed and dried. So let's go in. So for the snap peas, they want us to cut these tips off and take off this little line. It's a harsh line. It's along the edges. So for the snap peas, they just want us to do this. Bend the corner and take off the string. There's a harsh line, they said. Just like that. And then for the sweet peppers, they want us to cut the stems off. Take off the middle part. These don't have deep seeds, so it's just easy to go in there and grab it with a finger. And then they want us to cut lengthwise like this and quarter them. So again, lengthwise, cutting them in half again. And that's all I'm going to do with the peppers. For the scallions, they just want us to cut it thinly and separate the whites from the greens. And for the radishes, they just want us to cut it in circles, and half those circles like that, thinly sliced, or do your best. And let's go with the first step of cooking. So first step first is they want us to add the green part of the scallions and the vinegar to marinate. And again, this is already portion size for you. You don't have to measure anything. It's a meal for two, and this is for beginner cook. Well, I'm a beginner cook. So far the instructions have been easy to follow. So we're gonna let that marinate. I wasn't done. So not only that, they want us to let it stir and let it the vinegar tickles my nose. So we have to season it with salt and pepper and let it marinate. And basically in 10 minutes we have to taste it and see if it needs more salt and pepper. Now I'm not gonna do that just because of how strong the vinegar is, and just I've never tasted a scallion like that. And I'm just gonna let it sit there and marinate and go to step 2. I made a mistake, and the radishes were supposed to be added to the vinegar and green scallion mix. So I did that now. Luckily I still have 10 more minutes to let this marinate. This is how the vegetables look prepped and ready to go. The second step is the pork chops. So these are the pork chops. It's best to pat dry them so they can evenly cook. These have already been defrosted. So after we pat dry them, this is where the knick-knack bag comes in handy, because not only do they want us to use salt and pepper, which I use Himalayan pink salt to season the pork chops. I try not to add too much salt because there's a lot of flavors going on. Plus they want to salt and pepper everything. After that, this is where their spice rub comes in hand. They want us to use the spice blend they made. They said to be coated, and there's going to be some left over. Pork chops are going to be cooking for 4 to 7 minutes each until done, and are going to be laid back on the plate to rest for 5 minutes after being cooked. Meanwhile, the pork chops are cooking. They want us to make the lemon yogurt sauce, which is this Greek yogurt. How's everybody doing in the coronavirus quarantine? I know it has been horrible for me. I absolutely hate that I can't go shopping and try on clothes, especially because there is no refunds or exchanges at stores, and it's like I need to try it on before I purchase it. And the lemon puree. Something I noticed is that about HelloFresh is that we use the oven a lot by roasting vegetables versus Blue Apron. It's just all stove cooking. The mix and they want us to add more salt and pepper. Salt, pepper. And I'll show you how that looks like. Before I show you, don't forget about the scallions and vinegar. I'm checking on those. This is what this lemon yogurt and looks like. And that's all. On to the next step. As the pork chops lay to rest for about 5 minutes, we're gonna roast the vegetables now, or cook the vegetables. So after adding half a teaspoon of olive oil, we're gonna add the prepared peas, the peas that we took off the sides off, and we're gonna cook those for 2 to 3 minutes. And they said to use the same pot where you cook the pork chops. I guess to use the extra pork chop flavor. See? So for 2 to 3 minutes, the snap peas go in first. Okay, we added the pepper and the onion, and the white part of the scallion, and we're stirring that for 2 to 3 minutes, and then we're done. We're going to set up our plate with the lemon yogurt and almonds left over. So the last step, after the veggies are cooked, this is how the plate is supposed to be set up. We're supposed to evenly split this yogurt. Okay. We're supposed to cut the pork chop crosswise, which is what I did. Let me add this to this plate. This is the final look. Yogurt right there, garnished with almonds, garnished with vinegar mix, pork chop cut crosswise, veggies right there. I didn't make it look like this picture, just in case my boyfriend doesn't like it mixed like this. He's a little bit picky. He didn't like yesterday's dinner, which was the Veracruz style shrimp. It was too peppery for him. He didn't even like the farro. He was new to farro. It was adventurous taste of palate. Blue Apron is a little bit on the adventurous side. So I'm excited to try this. So this is how I made my plate. Veggies right here. The marinated radishes right here. The almonds were for garnish. It's time for the taste test. So yesterday I cooked some Veracruz style shrimp, and it was not one of our favorite recipes. Definitely not for my boyfriend. So today is pork chops with lemon yogurt preserve with roasted vegetables. With vegetables. See what he thinks so far. Okay, camera's on you. What do you think about the pork chops so far?
So far, so good. I like the roasted vegetables, so how is it?
Yeah.
I think so far so good. I like it. What do you think? Are these green peppers?
Snap peas. Very delicious. It goes good with the yogurt. The yogurt is not overbearing. You can barely taste it. I'm about to try it in bell pepper with a yogurt. The yogurt goes really well with everything. Even the almonds add a little crunch.
Pork chunks are really juicy and tender.
The radishes with the vinegar are actually really good. The vinegar does not get in the way with any of the flavors of the yogurt or the pork chop. This was actually a really good dinner tonight. This one was a really good dinner for the book from Blue Apron. It was a 35-minute recipe. What do you think?
I agree.
Bye, YouTube.